Excessive screen time has quietly become one of the biggest health challenges of the modern generation, and while much of the focus has been on its impact on vision, attention span, or posture, recent research is drawing serious attention to its effects on the heart, especially in children and young adults. A new study published in the Journal of the American Heart Association shows that every extra hour a child or teenager spends in front of a screen, whether watching television, gaming, scrolling through social media, or attending online classes, is linked to a measurable increase in cardiometabolic risk. Cardiometabolic risk refers to a group of interconnected problems that together increase the chance of heart disease and diabetes, including high blood pressure, elevated blood sugar, abnormal cholesterol levels, increased waist circumference, and signs of inflammation inside the body. In the past, these issues were thought to be concerns for middle-aged or older adults, but now, worrying patterns are emerging even among children, fueled largely by sedentary lifestyles and the constant presence of screens. When young people spend long hours sitting still in front of digital devices, they not only reduce their physical activity but also disrupt natural rhythms of sleep, hunger, and hormonal balance. For example, studies reveal that children who spend more than 3 hours daily on screens often show higher fasting insulin levels, meaning their bodies are struggling to process sugar effectively, a condition that sets the stage for type 2 diabetes. They also tend to have higher systolic blood pressure, greater waist-to-height ratios, and markers of low-grade inflammation, all of which burden the heart and blood vessels at an early age. Unlike visible signs such as obesity, these hidden internal changes often go unnoticed until much later, when heart disease or diabetes begins to show outward symptoms. Another overlooked consequence of prolonged screen exposure is its effect on sleep quality. Late-night scrolling, gaming, or binge-watching reduces deep restorative sleep, which is crucial for hormonal balance, growth, and cardiovascular recovery in the young. Inadequate sleep contributes to weight gain, insulin resistance, and rising blood pressure, magnifying the risks created by inactivity itself. Even the blue light from screens delays the release of melatonin, the sleep hormone, pushing children and teens into irregular sleep cycles that add further strain on their metabolic systems. The problem is compounded by dietary habits that often accompany screen use, snacking on processed foods, sugary drinks, and fried items while watching content or gaming leads to additional calorie intake without awareness, creating a cycle of overeating and inactivity. Over time, this combination of behaviors carves a path toward obesity and early atherosclerosis, where arteries begin to harden and narrow much earlier than expected. Cardiologists are increasingly worried that today's youth, if trends continue, may face heart attacks, strokes, and diabetes in their 30s or 40s rather than later in life. However, there is hope, and much can be done through awareness and simple lifestyle adjustments. Parents and caregivers play a central role in setting boundaries around screen time and modeling healthy habits. Guidelines from the American Academy of Pediatrics recommend limiting recreational screen time to no more than 2 hours a day for children and encouraging at least 1 hour of moderate to vigorous physical activity daily. Outdoor play, cycling, brisk walking, and sports not only burn calories but also strengthen the heart, improve circulation, and reduce stress hormones, counteracting the effects of sedentary time. Creating screen-free zones in the home, such as during family meals or in bedrooms, helps children disengage and develop healthier routines. Another powerful intervention is encouraging quality sleep by setting device curfews, turning off screens at least an hour before bedtime, dimming lights, and promoting calming bedtime rituals such as reading or listening to music. Parents can also engage children in conversations about why too much screen time is harmful, empowering them to take ownership of their own habits. Schools too have a role to play by balancing digital learning with physical activities and ensuring students have adequate breaks to move and stretch. Importantly, not all screen use is harmful. Educational activities, video calls with family, and structured digital learning are valuable, but it is the excess, unregulated, and passive use, especially for entertainment, that drives health risks. The lesson from current research is clear. Screen time is not just about mental stimulation, but about long-term heart health. By keeping children active, encouraging balanced nutrition rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, and setting practical limits on screen exposure, the trajectory toward early heart disease can be reversed. Every hour spent outdoors playing, walking, or engaging in creative physical activities is an investment in a healthier heart and a longer, fuller life. The heart of a child is meant to beat strong and steady for decades to come, and protecting it from the invisible risks of excessive screen time is one of the most powerful gifts parents and communities can give.